The Kingdom of Kush, Black Pharaohs of Africa. Tagline, not just neighbors of Egypt, they ruled it too. Most people know about the Egyptian pharaohs, but very few know that another African empire once rose in the south, a kingdom so powerful that its rulers marched north, conquered Egypt, and sat on the throne of the pharaohs. This is the forgotten story of the Kingdom of Kush and the era of the Black Pharaohs of Africa. Far beyond the fertile Nile Delta, in the rugged hills and deserts of today's Sudan, stood one of Africa's oldest civilizations, Kush. For nearly 3,000 years, the Kushites built cities, pyramids, temples, and a culture that rivaled and sometimes surpassed Egypt itself. Kush wasn't just a southern neighbor, it was a mirror empire, absorbing Egyptian ideas, but shaping them in its own powerful African identity. Archaeologists found over 200 pyramids in Kush, more than Egypt ever built. And from this land rose a dynasty that changed history forever. Kush and Egypt, a complicated relationship. For centuries, Egypt and Kush were intertwined, sometimes allies, sometimes enemies. Egypt traded gold, ivory, and incense with Kush. Kush sent soldiers that Egyptians admired for their skill and bravery. But Egypt also feared its southern neighbor. Several pharaohs invaded Kush, trying to control its gold mines and trade routes. For a time, Egypt ruled Kush as a colony. But history has a strange way of turning around, because centuries later, Kush would rise stronger and return the favor. The rise of the Black Pharaohs. Around 750 BCE, a Kushite king named Piye united the lands of Kush. He believed Egypt was dying, broken by civil war and weak kings. So Piye marched north with his army, on a mission he called Purifying Egypt. He didn't come as a destroyer, but as a restorer, claiming the gods had chosen him to bring order back to the Nile Valley. City after city surrendered. Egyptian rulers bowed to him. And after a victorious campaign, Piye wrote a long inscription declaring, "I am a king from the south, beloved of Ammon, who came to save Egypt." He returned to Napata, his capital, leaving Egypt ruled by his dynasty, the 25th dynasty of Egypt. For nearly a century, Africa was ruled by Black Pharaohs. The Golden Age of Kushite Egypt. The Kushite pharaohs restored temples, revived traditions, and brought a fresh cultural energy to Egypt. Shabaka, Piye's brother, collected ancient Egyptian texts that were almost lost. He preserved them in stone, saving thousands of years of knowledge. Taharqa, the most famous Black Pharaoh, transformed Egypt into a stable, prosperous empire. Under his rule, temples expanded, trade flourished, the Nile Valley experienced rare unity. Kushite art and architecture blended with Egyptian style. Taharqa even appears in the Bible as a powerful African king who stood against the Assyrian Empire. This era marked one of the last great chapters of ancient Egypt's glory. But no empire lasts forever. From the east came the Assyrians, one of the most ruthless military powers of the ancient world. They wanted to dominate Egypt and saw the Kushite dynasty as a threat. After several brutal battles, the Assyrians pushed the Kushite pharaohs out of Egypt. Taharqa and his successor retreated south, back to their homeland in Kush. But the dream of ruling Egypt had come to an end. But yet, Kush did not disappear. The Second Golden Age, Meroe. After leaving Egypt, Kush moved its capital to Meroe, a greener land with iron-rich soil. Here, the Kushites began a new era. They developed their own writing system, the Meroitic script, one of Africa's oldest alphabets. Meroe became an industrial powerhouse. Its iron factories were so vast that Greek historians called it the Birmingham of Africa. And for centuries, Kushite queens known as Kandakes led armies and ruled with exceptional authority. One queen even defeated the Romans when they tried to invade. Kush may have left Egypt, but its spirit remained unbroken. Legacy. The Kingdom of Kush lasted longer than Egypt itself. Its rulers shaped African history, influenced world culture, and proved that civilization in Africa was ancient, powerful, and sophisticated. Today, archaeologists continue to uncover Kushite pyramids, temples, and inscriptions, evidence of a forgotten empire that once produced the Black Pharaohs of Africa. Not just neighbors of Egypt, they ruled it too.